In this video, I'm going to do a quick first impression of the Samsung SRL455DLS, which is a 455 litre stainless steel bottom mount fridge. So as you can see, it's a Samsung. We've got the 4-star energy rating sticker. We've got the water dispenser down here, which has a bit of a child lock where you can lock and unlock it. So if you set it to lock mode, you won't be able to push it in and get any water. If you set it to unlock mode, it works as per normal. I will now open up the fridge and show it to you before we'll start stocking it. So we've got this top control panel here. So we've got an alarm button here. It looks like you have the ability to turn the alarm on and off, and if it's turned on, it will go off every 2 minutes that the fridge door is left open. We've got a button for setting the fridge temperature, which is 3 degrees by default, and the freezer temperature, which is minus 19 degrees by default. We've got a vacation mode button, which will set the fridge to 15 degrees, and the freezer will operate as per normal. That's mainly for only using the freezer if you're going on vacation. So I'll just stand back a bit so you can see the inside of the fridge and the general layout. So here we've got a bit of a shelf with room for probably cans to stand up or whatever food you want to put in there. We've got a bit of an optional sort of pull-out shelf here, which appears to be for wine bottles. Need to test whether you can use that for anything else. We've got a second shelf here, and the third shelf is probably the more interesting shelf because you can actually push it in to create more space. So if you had a, I don't know, an open bottle of wine or something, and you ran out of room in the door, you could push that in and just put it there. So the fridge doesn't come with much documentation, or it comes with a user manual, which is probably all you need. It's just a black and white manual, which is fine. A warranty card. We've got a pull-out tray at the bottom here, which appears to be a really adequate size. At the top here, we don't have a proper egg section, though we've got these little egg trays that come with the fridge. So you can, straight away put a whole carton of eggs into those 2 trays. As you can hear, that is what the fridge alarm sounds like. It's not too annoying. I'll just turn that off. We've got a couple of trays here. I believe they're mainly for dairy. So we've got 1, 2, 3 trays here. Here is the water dispenser container. So it's a non-plumbed water dispenser. If you look closely, you can see it can hold up to 2 litres of water. And you can lift it out of the fridge to fill it up with water. And in the operations manual, it mentions that if you want to use it as a storage container instead of a water dispenser, you actually can. You just have to remove the lid and you can put food in there. Though if you purchase this model of the fridge, that's probably not something you would want to do. And in the operations manual, it says to only put water in there, not any other liquids, or that's what they recommend. So down here we've got the door storage, which is obviously for things like milk, orange juice, soft drink, that sort of thing. So, there's a reasonable amount of storage for larger bottles, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of room there. So yeah, that's pretty much the fridge. I'll just give you one last quick view of it. Here's some more information about the fridge in general. I believe it comes with a 2-year Samsung warranty and a 10-year digital inverter warranty, whatever that means. It's probably related to the sensors. If we take a look at the freezer down here, we've got the ice tray, which pulls out. You fill it up with water, and then, once the ice is made, you can just twist it and it will all fall down into this tray here. We've got a pull-out tray here, which is probably good for smaller frozen items like ice creams, that sort of thing. We've got a reasonably large pull-out tray here. I believe that the top pull-out tray is a bit larger than the bottom one. The bottom pull-out tray might have a motor or something behind it. because as you can see it appears to be a bit smaller. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I might film another video a bit later on when the fridge is full to show you what it looks like with some food inside of it, and to give you some more first impressions with how it is in terms of, you know, storage, and if it could do some more storage, that sort of thing. Okay, so the fridge has been turned on for about 9 hours now. I'm just going to show you what it looks like fully stocked, and to give you some first impressions on the storage now that there's actually food inside of it. The first thing you will notice is that I've actually removed the top shelf, which goes all the way across. The reason I've done that is because when the shelf is actually in, you don't have much room to put items. Like a small jam like that is fine, though in terms of you know, large cans or, you know, large jars, it's just not practical. So for some people it might be fine to keep that top shelf in to store all your eggs, that sort of thing, though for us it was a better use of space to pull out that jar. So at the bottom you're able to fit approximately 6 large bottles, whether they're soft drinks, orange juice, milk. In this side compartment you can fit about 6 or 7 different sized saucers. The water dispenser box is obviously taking away from the fridge storage. And yeah, this is pretty much what it looks like stocked. Instead of putting in wine, it's perfectly fine to put in soft drink. It sort of stops them from moving around a bit, and I've been able to put some beer underneath here. Yeah, so this shelf is, you know, fully pulled out at the moment. We played around with leaving it pulled in, though it sort of takes away too much space if you leave it put in permanently. And yeah, we've got the crisper at the bottom full of food. And I'll just show you the freezer. As you can see, there's a bit of condensation. It's not icing up yet, though it obviously hasn't been turned on for that long. Hopefully it doesn't end up icing up. I have already made 1 lot of ice. I'll see if the second lot's ready. It looks like the second lot is just about ready. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. If you have any questions about the fridge, feel free to leave a comment below. If you like the video, press the like button, and thanks for watching.